Hi Tama Pet parents, my Tamagezi finally arrived. I know a lot of people have been posting about these, a lot of people got theirs a lot quicker than I did, but I've just got mine and I'd just like to share my thoughts, my view on a Tamagezi. Some of you are wondering, what on earth is a Tamagezi? Well, it surfaced a good few years ago, and it was the best non-Tama VPET that people had found. You can see here it says pet game. I thought it had a year on here, but I don't think it does. And basically it's this almost square shape device with a speaker at the back. It takes 3 AAA batteries. This just slides off here. It comes in its own little box. It's in Chinese, I believe. It does not come with this little Rilakkuma charm. This is just something I got from Japan a while ago and decided to pop onto my little Tamagezi here. A lot of people talk about how good this is, and a good few years ago it was released. I believe Bandai and Tamagotchi actually took a lawsuit out or something on these. They were out for a few months and then they completely disappeared, and they became very rare, very sought after, and go on eBay even now. The version 1s of these go for £200, £300, £400 and or dollars, and it's ridiculous. So when we heard that there was a wave 2, a version 2 of these coming out, many of us were very excited because we can't afford to drop that much on a Tamagezi, no matter how cute it looks, no matter how good it was. These, as of the time of recording this video, as of September 2020, these are still available in the Facebook groups through some third-party sellers. I got mine through a Facebook group from a woman who I believe lives in Korea, and she got a bunch of pre-orders for these and shipped them out, and I chose the cheap shipping. And with the current climate in the world at the moment, it took a while to get here, but it got here a good 4 or 5 days ago, and it's amazing. The V2 is the exact same as the version 1. It comes with the same software, everything's the same except the designs. There's a pink one, which I have here, and there is a blue one. So it's the same except this bit is blue and the buttons are blue on the blue one, but it's the exact same as the version 1 and much more affordable at, I believe this was $28 and transferred into about £25 plus shipping, which was £10 at the moment. But it's really good. I'm sure many people have been through the features on this. What I wanted to say is my opinion on how it compares to other VPETs, other Tamagotchis, and one of the main differences with this one is this little guy is the baby stage. I think there are 4 stages. This little guy is the baby stage, and actually his baby stage lasts for 8 days. Unlike the Tamagotchi, I think it's an hour or something, 10 minutes, then a toddler, then it's really quick on a Tamagotchi. On the Tamagezi, it's 8 days, and then 8 days once it's a toddler before it becomes a child, and then I think 8 days to a teen, and then 10 days to an adult. It's basically a full month's worth of growth in a VPET, whereas, like I said, Tamagotchi reaches its final stage within 3 days, I think, most. So this guy, I think I've been running 5 days now. This is the days. It is all in Chinese. There are loads of guides online. I thought it was going to be really difficult to get to grips with. It's actually really easy. It's much easier to navigate the menus and memorize them, in my opinion, as opposed to the Tamagotchi mix, the Tamagotchi meets, which are in Japanese. And although you can memorize and navigate those quite easily, there's less menus, but there's so much that goes into this. For me, I find it a lot easier. So again, you can turn the sound on and off on this device. So if you're worried about it being really loud, you don't have to. It does have a decent sized speaker, but you can turn the sound off. As you can hear, there's no sound currently, but I've turned it off. but it's really easy to take care of, in my opinion. Less needy than a Tamagotchi, even though it's in its baby stage. I think they've put a lot of effort and thought into the growth and the background of this, because there are only 2 characters you can get. There is a male character, this little guy, and a female character. You choose from 3 eggs when it first starts up. It doesn't affect anything. It's just to make you feel like you have a choice. And then it's random as to whether you get a boy or a girl. I've never run one of these before, so I don't know if it resets after they die. I think they've got like a 250-day life cycle or something like that. That pops up every now and again. Just saying hi, I believe. But again, there are translations for all the bubbles and things like that on the groups on the website. I think Fuzzy and Chic has a guide on her website. I'll put links down below to the guides I've used. I'll just walk you through it a little bit. So you've got the food, health and happiness. You've got the name. I have no idea why I named it. Apologies if that's an offensive word in Chinese. Gender, male, I assume, blue. Weight in kilograms there, 23. Age, it's 5 days old. Generation 1. Money 46,000. It is a lot easier, in my opinion, to get money on this. Here you've got the time, and this is the sound. So if I press the middle button, you can select. There you go. So you can select the sound there and reset the clock. This is a unique feature to Tamagezi. This little cow, I think, represents your status. So he gets a crown if you know you're really high up on the social ladder. Education is one of these as well. How well you're doing, how your social status is, how likely is someone to marry you. This is really interesting as well. This is real estate income. So on this device, you can purchase properties to rent out, and you'll get rental income the next day based on the properties you've bought and are like renting out, leasing out. It's really interesting. And the meters as well, in my opinion, are very easy to fill. So food, so you've got your basic option. Let's see if you'll eat. He is. All the animations on this, by the way, are amazing. They're even better than I thought they would be. Here, food's filling up, health and happiness filling up. It tells you by how much. The little no animation, I just look. He's so mad at me for trying to feed him. It's great. And then there's different, that's dessert, I believe. And unlike Tamagotchis, he won't even eat dessert if he's full. He just outright refuses. Amazing. He doesn't take after me. So then you've got a Eastern restaurant and a Western restaurant. I wait to go to the restaurants because every now and again it'll pop up with a little man in a chef's hat telling you a number at the bottom that just says like 15 or 8 or 6, or it tells you how many minutes remaining, and what that means is all the food in that restaurant is free for however many minutes it is. And I go there when that pops up, if he's hungry. If not, he still refuses to eat, of course. But those meals are free, but they give you much more hunger, happiness and health. So you saw the basic food gave you about 5, 5, 5. The mega meals give you about 20, 15, 15 on the gauges there. So I do recommend waiting for that. This is the toilet function. So sometimes he will poop even when he's at school. And also, if like in Tamagotchis you see wavy lines either side of him, and you go and you can press that and he will take you to a little bathroom. These are cleaning tools. Now, I only just used these today and it never told me to use them. But using them just brings up the health, the 4-leaf clover symbols here. So if you found that for some reason happiness is up and these are down, just clean up. He hasn't got mad at me for leaving it dirty, so this isn't the default background either, so don't worry about that. But these have limited usage as well, so I've only used them once, but I've heard they have limited usage, but you can purchase them from the shop. Here, now, this is where I've been making all of my money. It's the garden feature. So here I'm just harvesting some pumpkins. So you can just press this from day one. You can, if you've got some money, I believe you start out with a little bit. you can sell. Ta-da! You can sell all your little fruits and vegetables. So you just buy seeds from down here. I like to buy pumpkins, so you buy 9. You can't buy more than the amount of squares there are. You could probably mix and match, but I'm just pressing the middle button here to confirm. Then I press back, give them a little water, and these take an hour to grow. Apparently if you water them, they take less than an hour, but that's how I've been making my money every now and again. Check back, water them if they're not fully grown. If they are, sell them, and I get a decent amount of money. So if we go back to my money here, you can see I think I've made a couple of thousand there just from doing that. So that's what I do every couple of hours. And of course, there is another way to make money. So this is your garden. This is the games. I have bought him a little motorbike. Yes, a baby can ride a motorbike. The main way people make money on these, I believe, is through the real estate option where, like I said, you can purchase and then rent out properties. It does it automatically. You just buy it. It sorts it all out for you. But as a baby, I haven't been able to do that. So I don't know if when I get to toddler stage, I'll be able to buy property. I'm sure someone out there knows. People who've had these for a while who have had the original versions or who've had theirs delivered sooner will have figured this out. But in the meantime, farming and playing these games is a way you can make money. I always pick the top option. I assume that's just play. And then it's these 2 buttons, I believe, to move this around. The goal of this game is to just catch apples or catch more time. I believe if you run into the spiky things, all it does is it just reduces the number at the top there. You can see that number going up is the amount of points we've got for catching apples. The number on the other side is the time we've got to catch these apples. Okay, so I'm just going to press the middle button. I'm just going to back out there. Right. Backed out too far. Okay, so there's a few other games I don't really like those ones. Then there's a running game which you just mash. There's a driving game which you dodge obstacles side to side. And I did that again. I'm so used to the Tamagotchi buttons. And then you've got this, which is you shoot a net at fish that are swimming past. And yeah, and then you've got this one, which is you jump and catch coins, but you don't run into the balloons. If you run into the balloons, they will just stop you and you'll get less points. Avoid the balloons. But you can find footage of these games on a lot of the community channels, but they're really fun. Don't get much though. Like I get about 143 Gs from this, whereas I get a good few thousand from my farm, so I choose the farm. There he goes. This option is the playground, so this will get up your hearts. I like the little duckies. So you just let them do their thing here. I'm just gonna do his thing and he'll get his heart up, because you notice he had 1 heart missing, and unlike Tamagotchis, you can't just stuff their face and then even when they're full and their hearts go up, you do have to do stuff like this. I don't believe playing games gets their fun up, but yeah, there he is. Can I? Oh, 55 there. Happiness. Wow. Just gonna check the happiness there. Yes, full. He has lost a rice ball there. Next one down is the clothing store, which I have not. Oh no. It's the grocery store. I don't know what these do. I imagine they bring up some happiness when you use the items. I haven't. A skateboard, I believe, is you can use that before you use the scooter to get around. I don't know what the cat plush does. And then you've got the items that I said are reusable. You can use to clean. I've not bought any of these yet. A fridge, I don't know if that replaces it in the kitchen. I don't know why that milk's so special. Or the violin. This, apparently if you're a male character, which I've just realised now I am, damn, you need this to be able to propose, to be able to marry once it's old enough, once it's an adult. If you're a female, you don't need it. Helicopter, rocket ship. Is that 900,000? Yes, 900,000. I was worried that was 9 million, but I suppose if you've got a lot of properties, you can do that. And then we've got, this is the clothing shop. She pops up occasionally with discounts for your clothing as well in a little speech bubble. I've not actually gone through the outfits. I don't know which one means buy and which one means go through, so I'm not going to go through those right now, but you can only wear the outfits when you're an adult anyway, so I haven't bothered looking that up. Next one is the furniture store, which just means the background store. So this is the default background you get on the Gezi. This is the one I've currently got because I thought it looks cool, because this one I thought looked a bit pretentious, a bit fancy pants for my little literal baby on this. It's got like a spiral staircase and it's too fancy. I can afford it, but nah. This is the park, which will result in a random interaction. Sometimes you'll find a puzzle piece, which I'll get to in a bit. And sometimes if you run into the same animal 3 times, you'll be able to get it as a pet. So let's see. Sometimes they'll also pick up some litter if they're feeling eco-friendly. Oh, dog. So if you run into him 3 times, you get to take him home. Oh. Just to show you what pet I ran into 3 times, it's this floof ball. Apparently these do run away, so if you just check on them every day by just pressing the middle button to go outside. And there you go. The next feature on here is school. There's your teacher. She'll pop up if you haven't been to school in a while and let you know that you've not been to school in a while. Education is important on this to help improve your social status. I believe they've done this so that whether you've got a girl or a boy, you pop up in the animation. Very clever. Some random characters in the background there. So you normally just can leave them here for as long as you want. 3 minutes is the recommended minimum. If they've been here for 3 minutes, you can take them home. Pressing this or pressing back will just leave them there. I'll just show you actually. There you go. And they can still poop while they're at school. And then to get them back, you just say yes. And that's it, back from school. I don't know what he's saying. I can't access that yet. That's the pawn shop, I believe. This is the vehicle shop. So I've got that bike. You can buy different vehicles. You can swap them out in your little item box. And it's basically just for that little short animation you saw for me going to places. This is the real estate shop, I believe, or it's the other way around. I can't access it, so I'm assuming it's because he's too young. And then you've got the marriage coupling bit. You saw him whizzing past on the bike there. That's just because I bought the bike, because I felt, you know, my kid can ride a bike. I don't really know what this is. I haven't used this much. I assume it's just to connect to other Gezis out there, but I haven't used any of these functions because I only have one. This is outfits, and as you can see, we have no outfits, but I believe you can't wear them anyway until you're older. These, you sometimes get a mystery box from the shop if the little shop icon appears on screen in a little speech bubble. They'll give you a free gift box if you go there, but I've not used much. I probably should use that. I don't know what it does, but I don't want to use it right now. And there, your vehicle. So when you've got more than one vehicle, you can just select it. Well, I've got one, and then the top one I pressed, so he uses it now. I imagine the middle one would be not use it, and the bottom one might be sell it or cancel. I don't really use this often, but you see him having a little bath there. So the bath and the toilet icons are separate. There we go, so he didn't have a very long bath. Those wavy lines are similar to what happens if he needs a toilet. Oh, and that puts his health and happiness up. Good to know. Learn something new every day. This I've used a couple of times. It's similar to the Tamagotchi. It's a medicine item. He gets all ill and dark and serious, and you use this, it wafts it at him, and he gets much better. Earlier I mentioned collecting puzzle pieces, and they're for these little pictures here. So I've been to the park a few times and I've found 2. So I found part of a teddy bear and part of a car. Don't know what they do, but it's a nice, neat little feature. this note feature, I believe, is just a recap of events, or if a notice has popped up, it tells you what notice has popped up. I'm not entirely sure. If you know what's going on there, let me know. I imagine this bottom one is family or friends, but because it's only the first generation, there's no family, and because I have no others, there's no friends either. Middle button takes you outside and takes you to the current time and the current date. And I think that's about everything about this guy that I'm aware of. I love his little animations so much. I think they've got 2 characters on here because they've put so much into his little face. So another thing really that I thought I'd mention is the screen feels, I mean, the viewing angles are pretty good on this, except for maybe at the side, but it's pretty good. But it feels kind of as if there's a screen protector on it, kind of rubbery. It's not a problem. I know someone else here on YouTube, Gotcha Boy, was having trouble with batteries because he had his sound on. You know, he's really enjoying the experience and he's had to change them a few times. I've had this 5 days and so far I've not had to change the batteries, but I have had it all the time with the sound off because I work from home and my husband works from home, and he just hears constant beeping if I leave it on. So the best thing to do, I find, with this is just every now and again just give him a check, even if he looks fine. I would recommend just checking the status because he doesn't really alert you, other than if you click on it needs the bathroom or there's some sale on. It won't tell you otherwise. So I do recommend just give him a little check just on this first screen. He wakes up at 7 AM and he goes to bed at 11 PM. I wake up between 8 and 9 AM or later on a weekend, and as long as I've filled his meters, he's fine. You don't have to put him to sleep. He will just appear in his little bed on an evening at 11. He'll just be asleep. So you don't have to rush and press him to sleep. He's already there. I think as an adult VPET parent, Tamagezi parent, that I found this a lot easier to care for, to look after. To me, is less needy. It's much easier to make money. I'm hoping to be very rich when I can start getting real estate, so that's why I'm saving up. That's why he's not allowed any more vehicles, or that's why he has to eat at the restaurants only when they're free. I want the money to buy properties for him, so I'm going to be saving up and doing that. Might do an update. We'll see how I go, if there's anything really to update you on, but I thought I'd give you my view and another little look from a different view of the Tamagezi version 2. So I will see you guys next time. Bye, Tam and VPET parents.